I love this game, guys. Look at him. Look at how adorable he is. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. Though, judging from whatever I titled this video, I'm sure you probably could tell. Undertale, and of course by extension, Deltarune, has been a huge part of my life since the day it came out, honestly. It's the first game that ever inspired me so much in terms of voice acting due to its wonderfully fun and witty dialogue that it's what my first ever comic dubs and videos on this channel were about. Go back, check the records! I wasn't always a weeaboo, I swear!
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What I'm trying to say is that I adore these games with all my heart. Seriously. And with the release of Deltarune's newest Chapter 2, and my desire to make an attempt at a review-style format video, I bring you everything I loved about Deltarune Chapter 2. And maybe possibly some things I didn't like if I find them while making this script. And also passionate talks about Rousey. You're gonna want to look out for that last part. Let's get right into it! Which is exactly what this chapter does. Being the second coming and all, this chapter knows exactly what you want to see and where you want to be. You're back in the Dark World, baby, within the first 10 minutes of the game, and... Oh my god. Oh my god, look, it's him! It's him! It's so great to see all these characters again. It's like seeing a good friend you haven't connected with in years. On top of jumping right into the meat of the game, this new Castletown mechanic is so much fun and gives a good amount of replay value to the chapter. You've got this dang party dojo that has fun minigames and boss fights with prizes. This sort of thing gets me so excited for what's to come in the next chapters of the game. There's so much potential. You also have this new recruit system that shows you your sparing progress and rewards for being nice. Or not nice. Yeah, go ahead, kill everybody, see what I care. This is something that was missing in the first chapter, and it adds the depth that I feel like Deltarune needed. In the first one, your choices didn't matter, and I'm sure that was due to it just being a demo, but still, you played the game once and that was sort of it. You couldn't really do anything else. Now, sparing or not sparing enemies gives you different choices, and that's the reason everybody loved Undertale. You could kill everybody, you could spare everybody, or, you know, sometimes you kill people, sometimes you don't, you know? So, that's life, man. We also get our first experience with jumping in between Dark and Light World, Twilight Princess style. And I have to say, this is such a cool mechanic. I mean, I know a lot of other games have done it and it's nothing new, but it just adds so many possibilities for different experiences throughout the game. It also gives us some insight on how the rest of the chapters will be like. A group of adventurers jumping between light and dark to save the entire world from destruction of the mysterious Roaring Night. Ignore the fact that the heroes are a bunch of chalk and moss eaters. But this concept of the Dark World being manifested by real-world items creating a layout for the land is awesome! So many possibilities. It makes me feel like a kid playing with my Legos on the counter, pretending it's a damn Tekken 7 level. Also, if we don't get a Dark World that takes place in the pizzeria, I will riot. Let me see Fightin' Burger Pants! I want it! So after seeing all your good old friends again, you finally hop into your next adventure. And let me just say, this introduction to the new cyber world is just... I could actually cry, it's so beautiful. The music and the far-off shot of your awaiting adventure is such a great way to kick this sucker off. Seriously, if you haven't played the game up until this point of the video, do yourself a favor and experience this for yourself, please. After such a fantastic start to this chapter, we also get a radical new mechanic added to our battle system. Rousey and Susie, and also any other mysterious followers you might get, can now act. This is huge. This is gigantic. The flow of battle is entirely changed because you don't have to entirely rely on Chris to carry the fight. One problem I had with the last chapter was that Susie was pretty much useless if you wanted to do a pacifist run. But now, everyone's able to contribute, and it honestly makes the game feel like a real RPG now. Everyone can take turns to progress the flow of battle, so you actually have many different choices that you can choose to win. Deltarune Chapter 2 now perfectly combines the Undertale dodging / bullet hell elements with the RPG elements that Toby always wanted to put in his games. I love it, and it makes the game just as fun as the dialogue. Another thing I gotta talk about is this fantastic sprite work. Toby talked about creating a larger group of people to help make Deltarune rather than doing most of the workload himself, and it honestly shows. I'm not trying to say that Undertale looked ugly or anything. I love that game with all my heart, but a lot of the sprite work in the game was pretty static. But in this chapter, everything is so damn dynamic! Every other minute I was seeing something in a battle that was just making me jam out! Along with the music, of course. And this wasn't just in battles either. Look at these talking sprites! Susie had so much character and I was living for it! I love my big purple dinosaur. Also, every instance where Ralsei was on my screen made me so overwhelmed with joy. Look at my boy! Look at him! Do you see this? Toby hiring a whole crew to help bring this game together is such a great thing. You can really feel the love and passion that's going into this series. Toby is finally creating a game with all the elements and gameplay he wanted, and I'm so happy to see him working with a talented crew. Also, I've only been saying Toby's name, but let me also shout out Temmie Chang, Sarah O'Donnell, Taxiderby, Fred Wood, Jean Canellis, and Zan Weatherall, I'm sorry if I butchered those names, for helping make such a great game, as well as all the other people mentioned in the credits. You guys are doing a great job making something that means so much to so many people, and I honestly love you for it. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I wanted to keep this video similar to how I felt about Chapter 2. Short and sweet. The new mechanics make the game come to life and have much more replay value than Chapter 1, and the characters and dialogue are just as fun and wacky as ever. I love Deltarune. Playing it genuinely makes me feel like a kid again, and I honestly can't wait to play more. Please support the team and play this game for yourself. And if you already did, then play it again, dude! There's like multiple routes! What are you doing?